how to build an injection mixing system. I'd like to show you a little example how to do that. First we want to put a cast iron boiler in there. Let's go into our imposed load and put a heating coil in there. Connect them together like we normally do on any boiler system here. I need to go into the load and put a load in there, say 100,000 BTUs, and push OK. Now we have a simple system built there. Next thing I want to do is put a couple of pumps in there. I'll put a circulator there, and you'll notice that the second time I don't have to go down the list because it remembers kind of as a preference which one I just picked. Now we have 3 pumps in there. The next thing we need to do is put a loop in there, and I'll put a bypass between those pumps and one between these pumps. And right now the pump is, or the system is just a little confused. It doesn't know what to do. It says, hey, I've got multiple directions here. What do you want to do with this pipe? So if I go into that pipe, go into the flow direction tab, I'll use the shift click to highlight both of them. And for the bottom loop, I want it to go right because I want it to go clockwise around this boiler. For the top loop, I'd want to be the opposite. I want to go left because I want it to go around counterclockwise. Let's see, well, that still is clockwise around that loop. So there's the 2 loops, or the 3 loops set up. And the next thing I need to do is I'm just going to put to display my flow rate so we can see what's going on in the system here. The bottom one we have the primary loop, the middle one we have a mixing loop, and the top one we have a secondary loop or tertiary loop, whatever you want to call it. Next thing I need to do is I need to set some constraints. I have too many unknowns, so let's go into the boiler and let's make that a 180 to 140 degree system. And let's do a little bit more, less than that. Let's do 180 to 160. So we get 10.6 GPM on this side. And then on this side, we need to do the same thing. Let's make an entering temperature lower than what the boiler's putting out, so it's going to require some mixing. And let's put, instead of a 40 degree delta T, let's put let's put a 40 degree delta T instead of a 30. And you can see that the flow required for that is 5.3 GPM, which just happens to be half of what the boiler is requiring. And then you can see the system starts flowing around. Here we have a loop at 10 GPM is going this way. It comes up here and it branches off 3.5. Goes that way. 7.1 goes back to mix through the primary loop. The 3.5 provides the BTUs that it needs to get this 100,000 BTUs in the system. And that is the basics of how a mixing or injection system works.